In recent years, we've had some ups and some downs when it comes to superhero movies. The Marvel Cinematic Universe culminated into this huge crescendo, and I didn't think any studio or director would ever be able to top what was done with Endgame. The sheer scale of those projects and the amount of money they put into casting the amount of actors playing all of these beloved characters in their own unique way, the MCU is a truly awesome adaptation of the source material. But I've always wanted a film that truly captures what drew people to the stories in the first place, when they were merely just penny comics. Now we have the Batman. Atmosphere, drama, mise-en-scène, set design all come together to give us what I think is the best comic book movie of all time. The Gotham we get is definitely the most comic book accurate version of the city. The road signs, the posters on the walls, all of it make for master world building and immersion. The film being just under 3 hours long, I was worried about it being able to hook me for so long, but it's gripping. The editing is sleek and doesn't linger for a second too long. The soundtrack is entrancing and rivals the works of Hans Zimmer on the Nolan movies. More than just the music rivals the Nolan trilogy. Robert Pattinson's adaptation of the Batman is younger, and his mind races with the turmoil and fight that he goes through every night in Gotham. We see him writing diaries just to make his thoughts and experiences easier to cope with. He's full of rage and vengeance, and that shines through from how he carries himself to line delivery. He holds this angst and resentment to the murderer of his parents, even saying that saving the city is his family's true legacy. The story is driven by Batman's complete refusal to be beaten by what is in front of him. The amount of emotion we are delivered just through Pattinson's eyes alone through the cowl make the performance so convincing. Directed by Matt Reeves, the film is definitely so good because of a solid script, and the production team behind the project were on fire, and it shows. The collaborative effort to execute such a perfect year one Batman story is clear to see. I want to bring your attention to these two shots taken from the same scene at around the 30-minute mark. In this shot, we can see the Riddler looking down from a window at what we assume is Catwoman, who is walking to a taxi under a streetlight, the same streetlight that comes into play in the big riddle that is revealed later on. As the camera pans in the background behind Catwoman's taxi, we can see the diner that the Riddler ends up in before being arrested by the GCPD. The sheer attention to detail and accuracy to the comics doesn't stop there. Catwoman's apartment is ripped straight out of the comics too. Even the atmosphere of Gotham, the rain, the crowds, the crime, the chaos are all so truly Batman. The detective element of the first run of comics is perfectly captured. Alfred and Bruce are solving ciphers together, and the Batman is going around crime scenes and chasing leads. Almost everyone is a perfect casting pick, not to mention the cinematography and sound design, which are near perfect, and the film is just beautiful to look at start to finish. Last but definitely not least, I want to talk about one of the best portrayals of a Batman villain since The Dark Knight. Paul Dano's Riddler is twisted, calculated, and super compelling. The Riddler is made so much more effective because of the conflict he creates inside Batman caused by the killing of crooked cops. Paul Dano stated in an interview that he had nightmares and struggled sleeping while he was playing the Riddler, and I don't question that at all. The sinister way his character is portrayed is brilliant, and the perfect brushed hair adds to the psychopathic feeling we get from the character. The Riddler torments Batman and slowly breaks him down and makes him more and more unstable. The idea that the Riddler knows more about Bruce Wayne's parents and their not-so-pure lives further sends the Batman into a descent of pure rage, telling Bruce that he was an orphan, that he didn't have the luxuries of being a billionaire orphan, also just impacts the story so powerfully. We never truly have had a superhero movie so close and honest to its comic book roots, and I think it's going to be a long time before we get anything that tops what was achieved here. It's simply a masterpiece. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like and maybe you'll enjoy some of the other stuff I've done on this channel too. But for now, catch y'all next time.